Oh yeah, some stuff that I forgot to add. Look at that, editing Vince in the place to be. So I heard about this whole cookie drama. That's what it's called. And Dre, popular TikToker that reviews foods. You know, the guy that basically invented the Olivia Rodriguez. Olivia Rodriguez. We got the cookie from Olivia Rodriguez. That I forget how it really goes, but I think that's I do remember Olivia Rodriguez instead of her actual name, Olivia Rodrigo. But he reviewed the cookie. No one really got offended when he was doing his criticism, giving it basically a 0 out of 10 of Olivia Rodriguez's cookie. But he did, especially, and it's kind of strange because he's kind of known for not liking cookies. I believe he's not a sweet person, I think. And which is crazy because right now he's known for the ice cream bar thing and he loves them. He likes the Pop-Tart ice cream sandwiches, the Oreo ice cream sandwiches, the Rice Krispies ice cream sandwiches. I try to find those. But right now he is getting backlash because he basically gave a 5 out of 10 of this store cookies, but not a 10 out of 10 for the freaking Cinnabons. There's this place in LA, and I don't know the name. I don't want to give them attention, but he basically was trying their Cinnabons, but he tried their cookies, and he said he went out there to support black businesses and stuff like that, which is cool, and he loved the Cinnabons. He gave a 10 out of 10 of the Cinnabons, but the cookies, he gave a 5 out of 10. But also he commented about the grandma, or basically the owner's mother, not getting any help or something like that while she was working. And basically the owner didn't like that. And right now, yeah, there's just like this whole, I think it's gone to the point where especially the owner of the restaurant is offended. And also Dre is tired of this and also was sort of like, arguing with or something happened. I believe either the owner blocked Dre or he didn't approve Dre's criticism. But, it's gone bad to the point where now there's this whole legal system or something. And it's just terrible. And pretty much all because of Dre's opinions. All because of some food critics' opinions. Like he said the line was still out the door even before he showed up. He was just there to try it. And when someone gives their opinions, their reviews, that doesn't mean they're giving like a defamation case. It's just them giving their reviews. If I go to your restaurant and I eat your sandwich and it's trash, guess what? It is trash to me, but it's not trash to the other person that tries your freaking sandwiches. So that's some BS. I don't know how this is going to go down, but other people, they're talking about it in full detail, so check them out. That's it. Moving on to the video. Okay, hold on. So, for those that don't know, I live close in the Bay Area, and right now, Nintendo just opened their location area. I mean, actually, they basically opened their store here in San Francisco, and $80 entry. $80. $80. Well, what are we doing here? In the most expensive. Maybe it's because of the amount of homeless that that come in and they have to have security and they don't want any first off, $80 entry in a store is wild. No, we can't save money for freaking the Switch 2. Forget that. You needed $80 entry. Oh my, what? 80. Why? And it's already expensive in San Francisco, for crying out loud. No. Nintendo is the worst. The worst right now. Why would you do this? I was excited. I saw the Nintendo thing and I'm like, oh, sweet. I want $80 entry for a store. What? No. Are you kidding me? Hold on, let me see right here. That can't be true, right? You're telling me that I need $80 to get in the damn store? That is criminal, man. Either you have to be a top creator or something like that. I don't even know. That can't be true, right? You need $80 to go in a freaking store. Imagine just going with your family and you have to pay $80 for every each. You know what? Nintendo, just seeing how they operate, they don't even care about the kids. Guess what? The kids have to pay too. Yeah, your 3-year-old has to pay. Oh, daddy, can we see, the Nintendo store? They have to pay. You have to pay your own too. Golly, Nintendo, I hate. I can't believe this, man. I don't want to believe this is true, but at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised. It's Nintendo. It's Nintendo. Like, just look how they even charge their freaking. Like, what is going on with Nintendo? The amount of greed is just insane. Demonic. What? Why? No wonder the community is against Nintendo at this point. Even the people that are sponsored by Nintendo. Anyways, I'm out. I'm done. Testing, testing. What's up, guys? Vince Reddy here, and welcome back to VinzTalk. Right now, before we go, honestly, I almost didn't plan on doing a VinzTalk. I don't know if you noticed, but I have like a new set of braces, or at least they tighten it or something. Also, they add bumpers, which is going to be very hard. There's certain words probably that I'm going to have a hard time saying. It's going to be a lot of, just a lot of freaking, like I can't even close my teeth. So this whole braces situation kind of sucks, to be honest. I don't know if you noticed. Hopefully I'm holding it, pretty well as I'm talking. But yeah, right now it's starting to get to me. But anyways, let's just get this over with. Talking about some stuff, news, and I think I set up a interesting amount of like topic segments here and there. I have like the Christian segment going on first. Of course, the update segment, which is usually the beginning. News segment, gaming segment, and also animation segment. Your boys organize. But yeah, let's do this by getting all of them pretty much marked down and checked off the list. So let's start it off. So pretty much, I saw this video of this guy basically giving false ideas, and this was like a 4-year-old video, and his point of views when it comes to sleep paralysis and how do I say this without getting banned? Succubuses. Okay, I don't know if you get banned from that, like the context or anything. I don't even here's the thing: the word sex. I don't even know if that's banned from YouTube. Okay, as long as I'm not giving a freaking very, 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 very detailed description, which I'm not freaking doing. YouTube, please do not get rid of me, YouTube, please. But yeah, there was this one video which I will, from a guy that I will not name, and he's also I believe a pastor or a Christian counselor or some sorts. He is of the faith. But then when he was talking about sleep paralysis and saying that it's not demonic, it is demonic. If you know, it is demonic. It's leading from the enemy, and especially when it comes to the sex demons. That's also something that I personally deal with. So, and he's saying how can you have it when you're a Christian? You still get it. You still are haunted by it. And this guy just don't see the point. And I still to this day, I could not get rid of my thoughts about that, particular video when he was talking. It's a 4-year-old video, and this guy was kind of a bit old, oldie, unk. Okay, I'm not saying older. When people I always keep thinking, when I say older, it sounds like I'm saying someone older than me, someone is 40. No, this guy was 50, 60 something, someone's papa, okay? And yeah, his opinions of this is just not, because if you listen to the top pastors out there, at least in YouTube's radar, or at least the ones that are highly more like of the faith, especially healers and people that has battled within the spiritual world, they will tell you that sleep paralysis are demonic. It's not a phenomenon. People think it's a phenomenon. It's not a phenomenon. Okay, it's demonic. Like within the, that's usually for utter trickery for how the enemy gets you, whether it's attacks or harassments, harassments, stuff that I dealt with, and from the enemy. But of course, sharing that, a lot of times people wouldn't believe you. I always am worried about even talking about that stuff because people will look at me, well, Vince, you're just wishfully thinking about it. Okay, you're just wishfully wanting. And, when they say that, I try my best not to get my anger get to me, especially with the amount of Vince talks that you hear me just yelling and angry and I'm just basically more grumpy as time goes. That's how it is for me. But when it comes down to stuff like this, it's kind of like, well, if only they knew, if only they really believe or something like that. But then again, this is the world we live in where, even though people within the same faith, like, they don't believe the way you try. And and the thing is that I never really want to make a video of this. That's why I'm putting this in a VinzTalk, because I know that when he sees this, he's going to stop claims or basically just, bash me. Because then again, I'm still new to this, so I don't really know all of it as well. Some people may say like, oh, it's a phenomenon. Oh, sexual attacks or something like that. Or basically, as they call it, wet dreams are, it's normal. It's totally normal. And there's a part of it where it's normal, but there is also a part of it where it is mostly demonic. Sleep paralysis is demonic. Stuff like this is demonic. And demons are real because of this. And people still refuse to see that, because when you tell a doctor, they're just going to look at you crazy because that's not their profession. They're not Christians, or at least some of them aren't. And that's it's certain aspects of that where they tell you they'll tell you the science, but they're not going to tell you like what's going on in the principalities. That's what it was said in the Bible, that Jesus said that, we are not battling with human flesh. We're battling with the principalities that we cannot see, the kingdoms that we cannot see, the spiritual world, or some people call it the astral planes. And it's just, it's unfortunate. It is what it is. Like, people don't understand the spiritual things. That's why when people act a certain way or people are meant a certain way, the thing is that a lot of times when it comes to the spiritualness or something of any of this, like, it will sometimes deteriorate your happiness. It will deteriorate your flesh. It will deteriorate everything within you. And that's why when people don't understand, when it comes down to when I remember talking about like Ariana Grande and also her friend, which I don't freaking know the name of. I'm sorry. But it's also this movie Wicked, a movie that I don't want to watch and I didn't see. But also when Ariana Grande was in this spiritual nature within herself or something, she looks barren compared to how she looks like back then. It's like people say, oh, it's because she's getting older. But also, people that like my mom and my parents don't look barren at all. And of course, because they're Christians, but also when people look like that, they don't look barren. Like, she looks like she's like wrinkled, like from like she's been in the sea too much and she's wrinkling up. And also, like, I don't know, just something doesn't seem right. And I kind of see that often with most people that used to be in a certain path of faith or basically rejected the faith of Jesus, but now they're kind of like slowly dimming. And that's kind of like the powers within the spiritual world that is attacking you. That's why you need angels close to you. You need God close to you in anywhere you go, because that would protect you from the spiritual world, from the spiritual attacks that is deteriorating you. And yes, of course, I know I'm going to get a lot of, what are you talking about, Vince? Are you on drugs or something? What did they put on you? Whatever. I didn't really, listen, this is all in the Bible. This is all in a proof of that. And yet again, I know people are not going to believe me. What do you want? Why do people even follow their faith? Huh? What do you think? Do you think all of us want to go to hell? No, we don't. Some of us really want to go to heaven. I know I'm one of those people, and that's why I follow Jesus. That's why I follow that faith, because it's the truth and nothing but the truth. But it's more than that. It affects your happiness as you move on, as you grow up, and as it's like mentally, it's supposed to be something positive within you that you need in your life for your soul. All of us have a soul. When we die, when your last seconds of breath, understand that your soul is the only thing left out other than the physical body that you have. That's very important. But I'm just some guy on the internet, I guess. Anyways, moving on. Mike Todd. A lot of people are talking about Pastor Mike Todd. I can see why. He's zesty. I love his fashion choice, though. Whatever shoes he's rocking, nice. He has very tight pants for some reason, the way he moves, and it's like, it kind of reminds me of me. There's a part of me where I'm like, that's just how he is. Maybe he used to be of the LGBT, and then he kind of got out, kind of like me in a sense, but he still kept those feminine, movements and stuff like that. But I don't know. A lot of people are talking about Mike Todd right now, and they're condemning just how he acts and also how he's like. And I can see why, but I'm gonna leave it to those professionals, the channels that I like, whether you meme or Isaiah Robin or Ruslan, all these people that in terms of Christian content I like. And speaking of Christian content, this one Christian content creator was in a non-Christian podcast known as The Flagrant, and none other than Wes Huff was in there, and pretty much he was talking about the realistic of Jesus, even though Andrew Schultz was making it very little too PG-13 / PG-18 for the audience or something. Like there was stuff that he's saying that's not okay. Can you not? Okay. And you can tell that Wes Huff was kind of getting really annoyed when he was trying to talk to Andrew Schultz when it comes to this, even though Andrew Schultz is not really a Christian. But, he's sort of in the right path when having Wes Huff in his podcast. And I think this is all a result of his other friend that was starting the religious camp channel that actually invited him. So maybe that's one of those aspects. But also, yeah, this could be a beginning of many Christian content creators going into many people's lives that, telling them about the body of Christ and telling them who God really is, and it's such a positive thing to see right now. God's doing work out there for sure. Anyways, moving on, let's get into some news. This is sort of a mixture of God's news and news here, and it's about the Pope. I didn't know he was from Chicago. I also didn't talk about him last time. I think I did it in the introduction. The Pope is poping. Apparently. And also, but the biggest thing is that the Pope is from the US of A, which is amazing. But not only that, from Chicago. I'm like, okay, that's what I'm talking about. Of course, he has to speak Italian when he was over there. But the thing is that, nah, come on, he's from the US of A. I don't even think I've seen one Italian sense of his name. What is it, call him Proverse or something like that? But they call him Pope Leo or something. But seeing that he's from the US and seeing that his views are a little bit more conservative, even though many people still say it's woke. Well, of course it is. It's Catholicism. That's how it is. But then again, it's kind of like, this is a good start or something. This is kind of a lot of things involving Christianity in terms of the true gospel is sort of centered around America at the moment, almost realistically, and almost just the way I'm seeing it, it's wow, there is a whole spiritual warfare going on in the U.S. as of right now. I'm going through that. So, having someone from America kind of does give a saving grace to the fellow Catholicisms. But still, I'm not Catholic. I'm never for it. I'm never really, hey, you do what you want to do, but it's not, pretty much the true sense and true roots of Christianity should be basically the original, the good word. There's no really word for it. There's a word for Catholicism, but we're talking about authentic Christianity. That's what I call it. Moving on from all the religious stuff that I just put in your ears. News: 31 years. So Johnny Somali is getting 31 years in prison. I mean, finally, Like, how, first off, why is this guy still freaking free out there? Why is he not in jail yet? Why is he not apprehended? Like, what is happening? Like, you're telling me that we still haven't got him to jail? Like, and Johnny Somali just running out of nowhere? So like, what are we doing? And this person, like, here's my theory. A lot of times this is me, but I don't freaking care. Johnny Somali is nuts and nutty. And he's never gonna see this video, let's be real. But I feel like he's having to force like his friend or something or whatever, like, that's all he relies on. But there's a part of me where I'm like, I think his friend is forced to really support Johnny Somali financially in terms of a place to live in Korea. But I'm like, why is he not in jail yet? Why is he still on the internet? Why is anybody still on the internet? There's still that, I remember that moment when I was talking about some guy suing a popular content creator from freaking prison, from jail. And there's a part of me where I'm like, that don't make sense. Here's the thing. If you're in jail, those rights shouldn't be allowed. Of course, this is in America, and I'm talking about Kai the loser, aka Kai the hitchhiker, trying to sue somebody, but he's in prison. And trying to sue Theo Von, which is not in prison. He's living his damn life somewhere in the freaking South or something. I don't know what Theo Von does. I don't follow the guy. But he's suing him because of a video that Theo Von didn't make. To me, that is the most absolutely egregious and dumbest thing. And I'm just picturing like, okay, how does the judge even take any of this seriously? Are you telling me there is a very high chance, small chance? I mean, just knowing that there's like a freaking even 2% chance of Theo Von going to jail, even though like all these like allegations are false. It's a video that he didn't make. Like, he even didn't even say anything bad about freaking Kai the loser, okay? It's like, bro, get a life. Is that what he's trying to do just for fun or something? And it's kind of like, and they literally took it legitimately. Like, how crazy is that? To anybody from America right now, to anybody living in the U.S., you should be freaking grateful that you actually have that freedom, okay? Thank goodness that Johnny Somali is not here soon in America or something. He would actually easily buy off the bail because here in America, we're struggling financially, and any dollar is a good dollar, I guess. But why is he still going for he's supposed to be in jail right now? Like, come on, Johnny Somali is still out in the wild in Korea, and they're not. I don't even know what they're going on about this. It's like there's so many aspects when it comes to crime where there's details on details and stuff that you have to look between the lines. And a lot of times, it could be the most easiest, case. Oh, this person killed someone, boom, boom, murder, going to jail. No, it's not that simple. Apparently, there's a lot of that's the way I think. Here's the thing. It's like if you got hit by a ball, okay, like a baseball, while you're playing baseball, or here's whatever. You could be in your freaking bedroom, and I don't know, like your kid, or your little baby has a baseball and throws it at you because you need to get up and feed him or feed her. Let's just say this. A ball hits your head. The ball hits her head, and, well, what happens? Of course, how crazy is that? I can't explain simple knowledge. This is the thing with the braces and just me being special. It's like, Vince, just say the freaking analogy, damn it. The ball hits your head, and you get hurt. When it comes down, this is the way I look at the whole Johnny Somali case, the whole Vitaly case, the whole different cases, the Kai, the loser case or something, in terms of him making up cases. It's kind of like the ball hits your head. Instead of getting hurt, you do a freaking dance move. You freaking fall off the skyscraper. You survive the skyscraper. You go to sleep. And then, boom, you're knocked out. It's like, for crying out loud, when did we get the extra freaking scenes? It's like somebody in a movie scene, like a person shots another person, and it doesn't go into a freaking montage of like how they all met together. No. Sometimes it does that. But sometimes it's just as simple as like, boom, they died. Like, for crying out loud, how on earth did we get to one, instead of 1 to 2, we get 1, 4, 6, 8, 490 to 2. It's like, what, for crying out loud, with the extra steps? It doesn't make, what is happening to this world, man? What is happening? Like, is this where we at now? Like, when people eat, like, peanut butter, they don't say, like, man, this tastes like chicken. Oh, man, I'm making up stuff. But anyways, this is what it feels like in the legal system of 2025. None of this adds up. None of this adds up at all. I mean, are you kidding me? Like, the most made up stuff right now is beginning to be real. This is the scariest time we're living in, everyone, people. Like, what world are we living in anymore? That's what the content that you're seeing right here is. A normal person seeing things that are normal, but they get weirder and weirder as you think about it or as it progresses. This is terrifying. Like, a tsunami comes, it's a tsunami. It doesn't freaking, like, a tsunami doesn't come into, like, a volcano and then an earthquake out of nowhere. Oh, everyone gets an earthquake. Oh, freaking meteors everywhere. Oh, my gosh. Oh, the tsunami's still going. Oh, my God. It's raining cats and dogs. It's raining freaking engine cars. The car's engine, it's raining everywhere, gasoline all over the place, and the tsunami just came. But instead of knocking the buildings, it knocks out our freaking mental state. Like, I'm so confused now. I'm done with this. Where, like, it really does feel like the last days when the past, many pastors within the Bible, like, talking about, oh, the final days are coming. You know what? It might as well be true. The final days are coming. Might as well. I don't freaking know what's happening. Anyways, instead of, you listening to me losing my freaking mind here, because apparently that's literally every VinzTalk. I'm just slowly losing my mind. I'm losing my mind any inch I go. But that's the content, baby, and you better subscribe. Moving on, Shiloh. I don't understand this whole case thing. The whole Shiloh, like, there was this news about this, and I don't know who the other person is, but there was this, like, white woman holding her, baby, and basically calling, the other baby, like, the N-word, but also this person is, like, feels endangered and now getting, like, how is it? Man, stuff like this, I just hate really bringing it up. That's why I never work in news, because it's like stuff like this where I'm, like, not only interested, but I'm like, damn it, how do I explain this? This is so confusing, because first off, that's not cool. You can't just call another person's baby the R word, the N word, all the words that are not cool, that are not Christian, that are not freaking okay. And I don't care what your political opinions. The thing is that many people, especially in the right, were defending this woman, even though she wasn't nice and she was just being racist. I just don't understand any of this. I really don't. Like, are you telling me, like, we're on her side because she's standing up for human rights or free speech? What is free speech when it comes to calling somebody the N-word or the R-word? You're just being nasty. Is that free speech? Is just being a complete a-hole free speech? I ask this. I ask this to anybody. Okay, you calling me the R-word in this comment section. How is that free speech? Explain to me that. How we... I don't understand this whole Shiloh thing. And maybe there's details that I don't know, but honestly, I really don't freaking know. I don't understand. Like, why are we on her side? Why is she getting all this money? Again, we're living in a confusing time. But maybe there's some details that I missed, but, there was, like, a person that I don't really follow, but I do enjoy her stuff, and especially she's part of a channel that I do follow, which is Side Scrollers. Kirsche, the VTuber. There's not a lot of VTubers that are, pretty much right-leaning in a sense, but Kirsche is one of them where I believe she's cool. But she defended for Shiloh. And there's a part of me where I'm like, I don't get it. And also there's this whole battle. If you followed Side Scrollers, there's this whole entire wave of battles that Kirsche is going through. Kirsche versus the people. And people are standing up with Kirsche. People are, against Kirsche. Excuse me. And it's a whole freaking warfare going on there. What's up, guys? Before you, I don't even know where I'm gonna put this. I think I'm either gonna put it in the end or the beginning. I mean, I don't know. When I edit the video, we're about to find out. But this whole thing with Kirsche versus this Vice journalist or something, I don't understand why there's certain companies that hire these types of people. But the journalists, I believe, I could get a lot of this wrong. The journalists from Vice is, I believe, a person or an individual named Ana Valens. And I saw her, what is it, Blue Sky? Yeah, I almost said Twitter. I mean, I don't even know I don't know the person, but all I know is that I did see her Blue Sky. Surprise, I have a Blue Sky. I don't really use it that much, but it's another source, another app I have, I guess, kind of like I downloaded because I think I was bored at some point. And I checked their profile and, Blue Sky handle and whatever. Yeah, she is possessed. That is a possessed individual. Okay. If you identify as a succubus, which, if you don't know, I have experience because I seen it during my sleep paralysis and also within the astral planes. But of course, I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. That is, that person needs Jesus. This person is possessed. Okay. I'm hoping they seek Christ because it's kind of sad to see. And of course, she's trans, and of course, yep, this is pretty much the enemy's work right here. But I'm hoping that God's work would come true with all this. But yeah, when I first heard about this, I'm like, okay, what is going on? For any time when I see people of the right getting attacked, it always has to be somebody that is eagerly demonic. And this is one of those instances. Because let me tell you, I heard Ana Valens, I heard that freaking clip. And I think, yes, that was her. That she was saying that she wants a breeding area or something disgusting like that. I'm like, okay, what is wrong with this person? And then I put two and two together. Not to defend, offend. Defend? What the heck? Why did I say defend? Offend. I'm about to sleep, by the way. Offend. But from what I seen with her handle, if I add it all up, with the trans thing and also her being left and basically identifying as a demonic entity, evil. Pure evil. Just putting that out there, okay? I know that not all trans are evil, obviously. But what she's using that and pretty much what she is, like, into, especially from the stuff that Kirsche kind of exposed her of, it you know what? It adds it all up. This is kind of like almost like and I don't really see Kirsche as an angel, or I think she's a wolf type or something. But, she's being targeted by this possessed individual haunted by a demonic entity. Everything is spiritual. A lot of times, or most of the times, especially stuff like this. And this is beyond spirit. And I feel like, as a Christian, as I'm seeing this, all I can say is pray for them, hoping that I hope that she doesn't see this, because I already deal with enough freaking demonic entities. Like I don't want another one. So I'm gonna keep this low key. Hopefully she doesn't seize it or something like that. But I don't even know at this point. All I can say is that we are in a spiritual warfare, and this is, I feel like one of those instances, unfortunately, not against a Christian. It's against a normal individual, but also somebody in sense of just demonic and also creepy, by the way. Anna's just foul. I rebuke all of that. I can't tell you what it is, but when I saw the POCD thing, that tweet or whatever it is that freaking Stuttering Craig showed, I'm like, ugh. My gosh. Chris Hansen at. Anyways, enjoy the freaking solo podcast. Praise God. In the VTuber space, there's a lot of things going on in the VTuber, especially not only the whole Cinder thing, but now with Kirsche, and it's kind of like, what is happening? I'm so lost. Leave that to the professionals. Anyways, let's get to some gaming news, some stuff that I can finally freaking breathe and relax instead of the nonsense happening in this world. Preset. Tried to play the game. Couldn't do it. I'm so sick of this. I'm tired of trying to play games that I couldn't play. And right now, it's just beginning to be more difficult and difficult as I go on. Like, can I please play any game anymore? My gosh. There was a day. This was like a few days ago. There was a day I had 4 or 3 games that I downloaded. None of them worked. I mean, there was one that worked, but also my save was deleted. So in the other games I really wanted to play, but they broke my PC. There's something about my video RAM. There's all this stuff, It's sad because I don't even know when I'm gonna get a new PC. Anyways, Kingdom Hearts. I heard the Kingdom Hearts. What is it called? It's called Missing Link. It's separated from the Kingdom Hearts 4 because I heard Kingdom Hearts 4 has some new gameplay images and stuff like that, and announcements. But also they canceled the Missing Links, and it's kind of like, man, just make up your mind, Square Enix. Like what is real, what is not, I don't freaking know. But all I know is like the Missing Link is canceled. And also, what isn't canceled is Kingdom Hearts 4. It's coming in some point in the future. Yeah. Also, speaking of some gaming stuff in terms of anything gaming related, PAX East is happening. It's a thing. That's it. I don't really plan on going there. However, I did see a YouTuber that I follow that is very small, and a person that I have more subscribers compared to, not to brag, actually made her panel debut in PAX East. And I'm like, for crying out loud, what am I doing? I never got a panel. And there was a time where I was at my peak. And look where I am now, right? Look where I am now. Oh, my goodness. But anyways, I did hear there's like some amazing... It's basically the year where PAX has mostly indies. And I hope it stays that way because indies is where it's at. Okay? Anyways, animation news. Super Mario has a sequel. Especially the Super Mario movie has a movie sequel. And this one is going to be called the Super Mario World. Looking forward to that. My goodness. I just... Like, what about the freaking Donkey Kong movie, huh? What about the Zelda live action? What'd it do? Like, where they at? I don't know. But anyways, there is so much other stuff. But for now, that would be it. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, like, comment, all that jazz. Thank you for enjoying my nonsense and me breaking down and crashing out. One love for the peace and God bless.